Elegant rustic grandma kitchen decor ideas you won't believe with vintage color palettes. Welcome to our cozy corner of the internet. Imagine stepping into a kitchen that feels like a warm hug, full of rustic charm and vintage vibes. In today's video, elegant rustic grandma kitchen decor ideas you won't believe with vintage color palettes. We're diving into the perfect blend of old-school nostalgia and modern elegance. From soft pastels to vintage floral patterns, these rustic grandma-style decor ideas will transform your kitchen into a timeless haven. If you're ready to infuse your kitchen with character and warmth, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a cozy decor tip. Let's get started. Warm rustic kitchen with soft pastels. A welcoming kitchen features soft pastel accents, with vintage-inspired floral arrangements adding a delicate touch. The warm wood surfaces and rustic cabinetry create a cozy atmosphere, while an old-fashioned refrigerator and charming details evoke nostalgic country charm. Natural light filters through the windows, enhancing the inviting, timeless feel. A cozy kitchen features warm, earthy tones with soft pastel accents. Wooden countertops and vintage dishware are complemented by fresh flowers and greenery, creating an inviting, nostalgic atmosphere. Natural light streams through large windows, highlighting the charming decor and giving the space a timeless, rustic feel. Vintage-style cookware display. A charming kitchen showcases vintage cookware arranged on rustic wooden shelves, adding nostalgic warmth. Copper pots, cast iron pans, and glass jars create a curated display, blending old-world elegance with country comfort. Soft natural light highlights the aged patina and vintage hues, enhancing the inviting, timeless atmosphere. A charming display of vintage cookware and dishware adorns the shelves, featuring faded floral patterns and aged metal finishes. The warm tones of the wood cabinetry complement the soft, muted colors of the collection, creating a nostalgic atmosphere. A cozy table with a floral centerpiece adds to the inviting, old-fashioned kitchen charm. Grandma's classic kitchen with floral touches. A cozy kitchen exudes vintage charm with floral curtains framing the windows, soft sunlight illuminating rustic shelves filled with glass jars and pottery. A round table with a floral tablecloth holds a bowl of fresh tomatoes, surrounded by wooden chairs. The warm, nostalgic atmosphere celebrates Grandma's timeless, country-inspired decor. A cozy kitchen exudes nostalgic charm with delicate floral accents and vintage dishware. The soft, vintage color palette highlights the timeless appeal, while the charming decor creates a warm, welcoming atmosphere reminiscent of Grandma's classic kitchen filled with love and memories. Wooden and wrought iron elegance. This cozy kitchen features warm wooden surfaces complemented by wrought iron fixtures, creating an inviting, vintage ambience. Shelves display antique jars and ceramics, while potted herbs add freshness. Natural light floods in, highlighting the rustic charm and nostalgic elegance of this timeless, countryside-inspired space. The warm wood cabinetry combined with wrought iron accents creates an elegant, vintage ambience. Rustic elements like the distressed furniture and antique-inspired details enhance the cozy, nostalgic charm, perfectly blending Grandma's style with a vintage color palette for a welcoming, timeless kitchen. charming vintage ceramic backsplash. A vintage ceramic backsplash features intricate, colorful patterns that add charm and character to the kitchen. The tile's rustic design complements the wooden countertop and antique accents, creating a cozy, nostalgic atmosphere. Sunlight filters through the window, highlighting the timeless beauty of this charming, country-inspired space. The vintage ceramic tiles create a charming backsplash that adds warmth and character to the space. Their nostalgic patterns and soft hues perfectly complement the cozy, rustic atmosphere, infusing the kitchen with timeless elegance and grandma-inspired charm within a vintage-inspired color palette. Farmhouse sink with vintage accents. A charming farmhouse sink is surrounded by vintage accents and lush greenery. Bright sunlight streams through lace-curtained windows, highlighting delicate ceramic teapots, potted ferns, and floral arrangements. The warm wood tones and nostalgic details create a cozy, timeless atmosphere reminiscent of a treasured countryside kitchen filled with love and history. A charming farmhouse sink is complemented by vintage accents, including ornate ceramic jars and a lush bouquet of flowers. The warm wood countertop and decorative tile backsplash evoke a cozy, nostalgic feel, perfect for a rustic-inspired space filled with timeless, grandma-style charm and vintage color tones. Rustic wooden shelves with vintage glassware. Rustic wooden shelves display an array of vintage glassware and delicate porcelain pieces. Sunlight filters through the window, illuminating the charming collection of jars, pitchers, and plates, adding warmth and nostalgia to the cozy kitchen. The natural wood tones and classic details evoke a timeless, countryside feel perfect for a cozy, vintage-inspired space. Wooden shelves display an array of vintage glassware and delicate porcelain teapots, adding rustic charm. The warm tones of the wood contrast beautifully with the intricate patterns and clear textures, creating a cozy, nostalgic atmosphere. Natural light from the window highlights the antique pieces, embodying a timeless, grandma-inspired kitchen decor. Classic grandma's kitchen with retro appliances. A cozy kitchen showcases retro appliances with a soft, vintage color scheme. A floral-embellished toaster sits atop a rustic wooden counter, complemented by a shiny stand mixer and delicate porcelain teapot. Natural light filters through the window, illuminating the warm wood tones and charming details, creating an inviting, nostalgic atmosphere reminiscent of Grandma's timeless kitchen. A nostalgic kitchen showcases retro appliances and vintage dishes, all set against warm wooden cabinetry. Sunlight filters through lace curtains, illuminating fresh flowers on the counter and creating a cozy, inviting atmosphere filled with timeless charm and classic charm reminiscent of Grandma's cozy home. Vintage table setting with Grandma's dishes. A charming table is set with delicate vintage dishes, featuring floral patterns and soft pastel hues. A beautiful bouquet of roses and dahlias adds a fresh, nostalgic touch, complementing the warm wooden furniture. The sunlight streaming through the window highlights the cozy, timeless ambience, perfect for a cozy family gathering in this rustic, vintage-inspired kitchen. A charming, vintage-inspired table setting features delicate floral dishes and teacups, arranged on a lace-trimmed cloth. Freshly made toast with berries adds a cozy, nostalgic touch, while the warm tones of the kitchen and rustic wood accents evoke a timeless, grandma-style warmth perfect for family gatherings. Chalkboard menu and herb garden. A cozy kitchen features a vintage-inspired palette with warm wood cabinetry and charming decor. A blackboard with handwritten recipes hangs above a rustic wooden shelf adorned with antique canisters. Potted herbs flourish near the window, filling the space with fresh greenery. Sunlight streams in, highlighting the inviting, nostalgic atmosphere of this charming, rustic room. A rustic kitchen features a chalkboard menu with handwritten notes, complemented by a vibrant herb garden in terracotta pots. The vintage color palette enhances the cozy, nostalgic feel, blending natural greenery with warm, earthy tones, creating a charming space filled with timeless charm and organic freshness.